Here is a supercut after the election of Democrats. Again, when they're in the middle of destroying themselves, don't stop them. Supercut. Not only are you racist for voting, now you're double racist because Republicans actually won after we called you racist the first time. Check this out.
Glenn Youngkin played the race card for a reason because he knows it works on certain white voters.
He did stoke white grievance politics to mobilize the Republican base.
He's laundered Trump's really sort of disgusting, flagrant out racism. He's wrapped it in education.
Education, which is code for white parents don't like the idea of teaching about race.
That's the fundamental problem for these parents and this anti-CRT movement. They don't like the way whiteness is being portrayed in these new, more inclusive lessons.
This wasn't about those pocketbook issues. This was about how white kids feel talking about what black kids go through.
The subtext of all this was, we can't let these black and brown people run the country.
Glenn Youngkin running on critical race theory that he knew hit a chord around race.
I think all the CRT stuff is trumped up dog whistling.
Some of it was dog whistle racism.
The dog whistle messaging that you saw Youngkin engage in during the course of the campaign.
CRT is in the latest line of school busing, crosstown busing, welfare queens. You have it. It's in that same line, and you saw it in the results in Virginia.
This more palatable Republican who still uses the same racist themes that Trump did. He just packaged them in a soccer dad sweater vest model.
He's found a way to launder a pretty racist trope, this idea that we cannot talk about America's history because it hurts my feelings. He's turned that into a campaign.
Dude. Dude, this is a Rob Schneider dude. Remember Rob Schneider? They have 7 different ways or whatever to say dude. The serial killer's sitting around the corner and you're not sure he's there. You're like, dude, this is one of those, like, your enemy's destroying itself, dude. It's like, dude, just keep going, Dems. Just keep going. This clearly went over very well with Hispanic, black, and white parents. Black voters who turned out in near historic numbers for Glenn Youngkin. I'll get to that a little later on the show. It's clearly working very well. So calling people racist has led to more minority voters for the Republicans, more Hispanic minority voters, black minority voters, women in the suburbs, white voters, non-white voters, just about every voter everywhere that's breathing oxygen and expelling carbon dioxide. But you do you. You just keep it up. Keep it up. It didn't end there. There's more. Here is the best meltdown of the day. Here is Tiffany Cross, who, as Guy accurately pointed out, makes Joy Reid look like a conservative Republican. Here's Tiffany Cross on MSNBC, again, doubling down with, every one of you. Here, check this out. This is great.
Be honest, here's the thing. All those takes are like searching the edges while refusing to see what's staring right back at you. And I can assure you, black voters in Virginia are not shocked by the so-called Youngkin shocker. This isn't about enthusiasm. This isn't about Democrats not doing enough to exercise their base. And this definitely is not about messaging or even about beloved. This is about the fact that a good chunk of voters out there are okay with white supremacy. Let's call a thing a thing. Actually, scratch that. They are more than okay.
Geezer.
So, Joe,
Yeah.
this morning, I'm here with Guy, and you were talking before the show. I mean, I'm not generally a morning guy, but me and Guy, when he's where we'll do some small talk in the morning. And Guy is an immigrant to the country, which is great because I thought we hate immigrants. Get out of here right away. It was a Republican. My wife had to be married to an immigrant too, which is kind of strange how we all supposedly hate immigrants, right? My whole show and life are run by immigrants. Oh, you guys hate immigrants. But we were having this conversation and we were like, this is really insane. Insane. Like, not just, I don't mean like insane like a pejorative. I mean like insane like the clinical definition. Because I said to Guy, like, what are they actually basing this on?
Right.
I'm not kidding when I ask you both this question, because I already asked you, so I know the answer. But I'm dead serious. Like, have you ever met, like, let me just walk through your scenario, Joe. So you're in the gym, Joe's working out, or Joe, you're at an event, you're playing a gig, Joe's playing his guitar, his harmonica like he does. Has anyone ever come up to you and been like, hey, bro, my name is Tony. We've got this group. And what we do in the group is we celebrate the supremacy of the lack of melanin in our skin, our whiteness. We meet on Tuesdays at 8:30. Dude, would you, is that ever, I'm just curious, you ever had that happen to you?
Yeah, No.
Think hard. Have you?
No.
You haven't. Okay.
Hell
Yeah,
no.
me either, which is really weird because this is a problem. A national cable channel, MSNBC, which still has some viewers, like 6 or 7, right? But it is national, is so convinced it's the biggest problem in our entire country. Voters obviously are laughing at them based on just the pure evidence they keep getting crushed. I don't think you can find any significant group of people to tell you they've actually run into any of these folks they say are everywhere. But it's strange. They keep insisting they're everywhere. You would think this would be backed up by actual evidence. Like, my gosh, we'll have people on the show yesterday. Yes, I was in the local sandwich shop ordering, what do they call them? The hoagies or something? We call them subs up in New York. I was ordering a double chicken grilled sub with mozzarella and mutzi sticks on the side. And a couple of guys on the line were like, hey, man, got this group of white supremacists and we meet on Thursday. You would think they'd have these people on every day, but they can't seem to find them. It's really, really weird. It's really weird, but they keep doing it. Do not get in their way. I was just on Bended Knee. Dems, please keep this up. Please make your number one election agenda. The white supremacists are everywhere. Please.